Ooh, it's so lonely here by myself.
Oh, Draco, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden now we can hear each other.
Okay, perfect. I just had to restart the app like 6 times. Discord. Why can't you just love me?
I'm wondering if the people in the audience can hear us. This Discord bug needs to be fixed sooner than later.
Hmm.
I
Well,
have started I have started the live stream. Full, are you there? Oh, Soul's talking, but we can't hear him.
Oh boy. Wait a second.
That's okay.
I swear
We'll
live
start
chat
the
was
show.
just there.
Draco and I will start the show in a minute. If everyone can hear us in the audience, that'd be good.
Do you mind tagging me in the live chat? It disappeared on me.
So click on the live stage, and then you'll see the threads. You see the live stage channel?
Yep.
So
Come on.
live on stage, and then you'll see the threads.
Bring that down.
No one hears Draco. What about Otto? Can anyone hear Otto? Can we confirm you guys can hear me?
Yeah, no, it's not showing me the threads. Isn't there? Discord. If anyone can hear me, can you tag me in live chat? Because for some reason it's not showing me the
Draco,
threads.
we might have to leave and come back because you and I are the only ones who can't be heard.
Yeah.
Hello. Nope. This game.
Can you guys hear me now? Hello? See Sir Luna and Soul talking. Can't hear them.
I'm on an iPhone though, Steph.
Oh, I can hear Soul now.
Now I hear
Oh,
Drake. Okay. We're
Okay.
getting somewhere. Tonic.
Yeah. What
I
happened?
can hear Tonic too. Nothing.
Yep. How about
Oh my
Otto?
god. Can I hear everyone now?
Yeah, I hear Otto.
yes.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. We have a stage going.
Conic fix.
Somehow it worked.
You know, if it
Tonic.
was this easy, you should have just asked me earlier.
I know.
Yeah.
That's all we needed was Tonic to get up on stage, and he fixed the whole thing. Good job.
Okay.
Okay, I still can't see live chat. Why?
You can't see live chat.
Yeah, I can't. I even tried looking for the threads and it shows
Here.
nothing. What's
How about
Here.
You're the best.
that? All right.
Well, then have fun. I will mute myself.
Thank you, Sir Luna.
Thank you.
I'm afraid if she mutes it, now she's going to mute all of us.
Okay,
But
perfect.
anyway.
I'm only muting. I'm only muting because I'm afraid if I leave stage now that I mess it up again.
All right. Well, thank you.
Oh, okay. Can everyone hear us who's in chat?
It looks like it.
Okay. Light can hear me. Oh, not a cop can hear too. Okay, sounds good. Okay, perfect. Sorry for that, guys. You know, Discord can have a nice little love-hate relationship with us, apparently. Okay. So, welcome everyone. You know, back another weekend at Stage. Thanks for everyone taking some time to join us. Hopefully everyone has, you know, a nice cup of coffee, you know, some ice cream. Yep, exactly. So, ice cream time. Yep. If you guys haven't done it already, please head over to Live ID and post your in-game ID to receive a nice little gift from the fairy. You know, everything counts in this game, every single little thing. And, you know, we have stage topics for, you know, if you guys think of anything we talked about whatsoever in the past stages or something that we haven't covered at all, head over there and, you know, post a little topic that you guys would like us to hear. And, you know, with saying that, welcome to stage. We have my great co-host Otto over here, if he can hear me. Can you
I'm
hear me,
here.
Otto?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my god, the light has shined upon us this morning. Only took 8 minutes to get settled, but we got her.
Yep, we got her, you know, eventually. Thank God it didn't take half an hour.
For those who can't hear us, we are live streaming over on YouTube. We'll be posting a link momentarily for those who are having audio troubles. Obviously, the ones having audio troubles can't hear me tell you have audio troubles, but it'll be self-explanatory. So if you have any server members or any friends who say they can't hear, they can go over and enjoy the show over on YouTube. We are multi-streamers. We are going to be going into multi-channels. It's an omni-channel experience here on stage moving forward. So thank you everyone for joining us. Go ahead, Draco.
Mhm.
Good to go.
Perfect. And, you know, before we start, as you guys can see, Soul is back on stage. Yay! Welcome back, Soul. You know, it's not
Thanks,
the same
brother.
without, exactly, yeah. Appreciate
You were
you
solely
coming.
missed.
Oh my
I
God.
appreciate it. Happy to be back.
There's the dad joke of the day.
I have more.
More to come.
Dad jokes are us, is what we say.
Exactly. And, you know, to start things off, because we had some people actually use the stage topic channel. Thank you, guys, for using that. And, I just want to answer those questions before we get into today. And, it's again about the most talked about thing, I feel like, or one of them is the VIP store. Oh, that dreadful VIP store, spending my diamonds away, getting a few things here and there. But seems like some people like to see more materials added to the VIP store. And one of them is Insect Star conversion material added to the VIP store. And I gotta say, I completely agree with that. 100% agree. I had got the Gladiator Mantis when it first came out, and that was, I believe it was like 7 stars, 6 stars when it first came out. And, I had to go to my little poor, abused, and very unloved wallet to take out my credit card and buy some of those conversions. But, for those free to play players, they don't really have that chance to even do that. So we need, give some love to the free to play and, to the late spenders like me who don't want to be opening my wallet every time. Yep, exactly. So there's the little hot flaming Cheeto of mine. Look at it, it's ready to take over the world. But, that's something I would really like to see them add to the VIP store. And, one thing too that, especially free to play players, please, speak up when I say this, that you guys and myself would like them to add some more bioessence to the VIP store. It's not that easy. Getting 50 bioessences, that's a pain. But when you're on the next level to get 100 bioessence to get it to the second level, oh my god, please help me. But what's anyone listening to chat, do you guys have anything else you would like to see added to the VIP store, or something for them to add more of? How about you, Otto? What do you like to see in the VIP store?
So, very good question. I would. So I want to break that actually down into two parts. I would like to see on server VIP store, like there's a slight variation of the the Force of Life events, how they change how many creatures you have to hunt and things like that, how they make slight adjustments. And then I'd like to see an on event VIP store, which would add a little bit more items in that store. So it's another enticing reason to go to the island is to get that VIP store. I think that would be an ad, and of course everyone's going to say, "Oh, the free to play, it's pay to wins are going to get more advantage." Listen, I don't disagree with the whole imbalance of free to play to pay to win, but it's going to exist in any game, and it's going to exist on this game. I think the VIP store and once you reach VIP 15. What are you spending those diamonds on anyways? You're waiting for the VIP store. I'd like to see meteorite building materials added to that. I would like to see, like you said, bioessences maybe increased. The bioessences in the VIP store are ridiculously expensive. Like,
yeah.
That was 60K for 2 of them is the max you can get?
No, it's only one.
Oh, it's 1.
In the VIP store, you can only get 1.
So you're telling me I have to wait 100 weeks if I'm free to play and I don't?
No, I mean the whole point of the bioessence really was you earned 3 or 4 in the AEs, so that was a route to take.
Yeah, but when you're on event, there's no AE, so that's why I'm
saying.
Yeah,
so it's made up by offering it in the season store.
Yeah.
So you get 4 bioessence from the season store. On event,
real money.
And then when you're not on event, in order to earn the most bioessence through AE, you either win 3 or 4.
Right.
Which is another reason that a lot of, like in the beginning when Lost Island first came to be, some alliances that did not win often in their AE would go to event because, hey, they automatically got an extra bioessence. Especially in the beginning of your gameplay, that's very important, right? You're trying to get to that 100 marker, or I'm sorry, 50 marker 1st to
Mhm.
get level 1, and then the 100 marker on each one to get to level 2. You know,
Mhm. And that takes
And
a
then-
long time.
it does. It does. I mean, it took. I mean, there's other ways to get BioS as well through events and stuff like that as they come along, but it's one of the more important factors that require a lot of patience and attendance to your account, because like you can't miss AEs. I missed a lot of AEs in the beginning, so it took me a long time to get that. That's one of the important factors when choosing an alliance, what their AE time is, right? So
Mhm.
if you're not available during it.
And one
it
thing I
makes
gotta
it very
say.
difficult.
Oh, sorry, Saul.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think it was Nadakop who mentioned it. Having more exotics in the VIP store it would be something that I would like to see. Don't
So,
go crazy number like some
if
people
you're
are
not
saying,
available
like,
during it.
1,000 exotics in there.
And
One thing I gotta say, even 10, honestly,
Oh,
I
sorry,
feel like
Saul.
would be a lot.
No, go ahead.
It would be
Yeah,
nice. Don't get me
I
wrong.
was just
I'll
gonna say,
love
I think
to
it was-
have 10 exotics every week being bought. I'll spend 100 or 200,000 diamonds to get more exotics, but see an increase in exotics. Say like maybe just do like 5. Spend a max of. Oof, how much is an exotic? I think it's 10K per exotic. If someone remembers in chat, please remind me because my mind is going blank at the moment for these. Thank you, Wolfie. 15K per exotic. Wait, is it 15 or 20? You guys are confusing me here. Either way, having more exotics in there will be nice. And to touch on Otto's point, if you're in season, have the VIP store change a little bit. So, having, seasonal eggs even. Because we have Tetra eggs in the VIP store. Having, like a little bit more seasonal eggs, and there would be nice, especially for those free-to-play players who are trying to hit that lucky 100 hatch. Because, not everyone's going to be on the game every day, unlike me, who is very addicted to this game. Every day I am on, but some players don't have that life who can go on every day to collect their eggs. So having some, seasonal eggs in the VIP store would be very nice too.
Yeah,
When
but
you're
that
in
would be
season.
hard. But that would be hard, Draco.
Like what do you mean?
So, because I mean, the thing is, when the VIP store is available for every gameplay, so it doesn't matter whether you're on event or not. But season eggs are not hatchable when you're on server waiting to go to an event. So maybe increasing the amount available in the season store, or making in the season store like something that's purchasable with diamonds as opposed to only the fruit. That would be cool, but I don't think they could implement that in the VIP store, or at least easily implement it with the fact that you have items like at least season eggs anyway. That's an item that you can't use on server. So if that was available on the VIP store, it could pose a problem where people spend the diamonds on it, and let's say it goes into your inventory and immediately disappears because you're not allowed to have season eggs when you're on server. So I could just see a problem with that particular thing. And then that goes also with the resin and that, right? Like anything that's only available during the season, it would be a problem to put into the VIP store from a coding perspective, I would think.
Yeah, and actually you got a really good point where I would like to touch on is like even using diamonds for the seasonal store. Because I gotta say, I'm pretty sure other people have the same issue. There's been times where I'm not even able to buy really anything whatsoever. Because I always go for the exotics, the creature
Bio.
remains too. Yeah, bio.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of fruit. Oh my goodness, especially, the last couple weeks in season where, most of the fortresses are taken. I'm I'm not really
You know,
dating
there
a lot
are
of. Mhm.
there are some ways to cheat. So if you know the little tricks, like a lot of times, I mean, it all depends also how active your event is, but beyond 20 hornets, for example, even though it doesn't show in the battle report or the wild report, wild creature report, you still earn fruit by continuing beyond the 20. You may not want to share that with your alliance though, because if you're like us, very competitive, you don't want people hunting hornets instead of fighting in the battles. But that is one extra way that you can earn fruit, and then obviously getting buildings and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
but
it would be nice too if they added
gathering.
gathering too. Yep, because someone in the chat said gathering too every time when you're not online, just send a march or even all of your marches to go gather while you're offline for a little bit.
Wouldn't it be cool if they got rid of the diamond piles and made them little trees that you gather fruit from?
I'll love to see that because
Right?
honestly, I don't know anyone who gathers diamonds.
I don't know anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like it takes too long. You barely get anything from there. And it's just kind of a waste of time, in my opinion. So yeah, actually, I'd love to see in season instead of having the diamonds, change it up. Throw a tree in there with nice, delicious fruit that we can gather from and spend it on seasonal store. But still, like having even an option to spend diamonds in exchange of fruit, or even have an option where you can buy fruit for diamonds, I'll love to see that. Because I'm very greedy. I want to buy almost everything in that store, but I gotta be a little bit mindful with how I spend. Because near the end of the season, I'm like, I can't even buy 2 bioessence, like at all. Everyone's saying, "Yeah, just buy all the bioessence," and I'm like, looking at my 4,000K fruit, and I'm like, I can only buy one. Seeing something like that change would be very nice, especially for those free to play players. It's pretty hard. Beginning of the season, if you can't buy all the bioessence, and you're doing something wrong. I gotta say, I'm sorry. You gotta take more fortresses, build more towers, hunt more hornets, gather more. But that's something that needs to change. But did you guys hear the news though? With a certain, excuse me, seeing a little feature that's coming on to ants.
Oh yeah, I'm very
Ooh.
excited about that one.
Yep, and
Well-
for any,
Well,
Oh, yeah, go
hold
ahead.
on. We don't know yet because the way they posted it was kind of a teaser. What
yeah,
if?
like they always do.
What do you prefer? But as all of us know around here, that typically when they post these things, the very next update it happens. So this question was posted in Ants News here on Official, and on which optimization do you prefer? So one is a claim alliance gift instead of alliance help in the force event, and the other was consume stamina to get point on Mondays. So although it has not been officially released, usually when this news comes out, it means that it's very soon to be added to the game. What do you think, Otto, on that?
I think with the screenshots, they're adding both. That's what
I agree.
I think
That's
tonight.
typically.
I think tonight will tell the tale, and we'll have a different story to talk about on stage tomorrow. They'll probably release a notification. Usually they release it right after this stage ends, which is amazing. I love how they do that. Saturday stage is like let's speculate, and then Sunday stage is let's dissect the facts. So, I suspect with the screenshots they shared, the test server already has implemented these changes. So, I'm excited to see what other items that they've added or are going to add. Maybe a couple more optimizations that I'm not going to speculate on. I'm going to wait for the notice. So, I'm excited. Anything to improve Mondays would be
Mhm.
welcome.
Especially no more alliance help. Oh, thank you, Fairy. Please let that be a thing. Because when you're on season, it's easy to get that help button done for the events. Because if you're fighting, which you should be on season, you're healing ants. It's so easy to get that. I think it's 200 help 200. I believe 250,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, the thing that used to kill me, okay, because they lower the amount of help needed when you're on season,
Yeah.
and it's higher when you're on server, and it's so much easier to get it when you're on season because
And that's
you're constantly fighting, and then when
that's
you're on
what I'm
server,
saying.
it's like impossible. I mean, at least for us. So
No, it's true because even now I'm telling my alliance members we just had War of Kings. I'm like, you better hold off from speed healing your ants because I would like to get some of that alliance help done because it's hard nowadays. The only time I can really help my alliance members is on ants hatching day. Hatch your T10s, hatch your T. No, sorry, not that. Evo day, sorry. On Evo Day, everyone's doing Evos, and that's the time where I'm mostly online, hitting that help button, praying to God everyone's doing their Evos on C8 to get that little boost. And even then, I'm like, okay, I need 100 more help to even get this done, and it's the last day of the event. So having that change to claiming gifts, that'd be beautiful. I'm always claiming 100 gifts per day practically in my alliance. So that's something I would really like to see, especially
even
on build day
I'm
having
okay,
consume
I need
100 more help to even get this done. And it's the last day of the event.
That's gonna be huge.
So having that change to
I'm kind of curious,
claiming gifts,
if you
that'd
look
be
closely at
beautiful.
the
I'm always claiming 100 gifts
the
per day practically.
picture that
in
I
my
posted
alliance.
in the chat.
So that's something I would really
I don't
like
know.
to see,
Maybe
especially
some of you guys have
on
better
build
eyes
day
now,
having
but they purposely blurred out
consume 100 more help to
earns,
get
but
this
it looks
done.
to me
And
like it's 8,000
the last day of the event.
per stamina.
So having that change to
I'm
so
kind of curious.
claiming
I
gifts,
wonder
that'd be
if closely at
beautiful.
the
I'm always claiming 100 gifts
the
per
number
day.
one picture that
practically
I
in
posted
advance.
in the chat.
So that's something
So
I
many
really
more
like to
points
see,
on it.
especially
Maybe some of you guys
at
have better
one
eyes
day
now, but
having
they purposely
okay,
blurred out
consume 100 more help
and
to
earns
get this
around
done.
to me
And
like
it's
it's
the
8,000
last day of the event.
per stamina.
Having that change to
I'm kind of curious.
claiming
I
gifts,
wonder
that'd be
if there's another
beautiful. I'm always claiming
that
100 gifts per
the
day.
number one
practically
picture that I
in advance.
posted in the chat.
So that's something I really
I don't
want
know.
to see,
Maybe
especially
some of you guys
at
have better
one
eyes
day
now, but
having
they purposely
okay,
blurred out
consume 100 more help to
and earns
get this
around
done.
to me
And
like
it's
it's
the
8,000
last day of the
per
event.
stamina.
Having that
Think
change
about.
to
I'm kind of curious. I wonder if
there's another
I'm always
claiming 100 gifts per
number
day.
one
Now
picture that I
they
posted in the chat.
standard quite yet. That's something I really
I don't know.
want to
Maybe
see.
some of you guys
At
have better
one
eyes
day
now, but
having
they're not going to be
okay,
blurred out
consume 100 more help to get this done. And
like
it's
it's 8,000
last day of the event.
per stamina.
Think about it.
I'm
So,
kind of curious. I wonder if there's another.
I'm always claiming 100 gifts per day.
Number one
Now
picture that I
they
posted in the
standard
chat.
quite yet. That's something I really
I don't know.
want to
Maybe
see.
some of you guys have
At
better
one
eyes
day
now, but
having
they're not going to be blurred out.
consume 100 more help to get this done.
Like it's 8,000
last day of the event.
per stamina.
Think about it.
I'm
So,
kind of curious. I wonder if
there's
maybe
another
always number one
now
picture that I
they
posted in the chat.
that's something I really
don't know.
want to
Maybe
see.
some of you guys have better eyes now, but they're not going to be blurred out. I'm kind of curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be able to tell I'm kind of curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be able to I'm very curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be able I'm very curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be I'm very curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be I'm very curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be I'm very curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be I'm very curious. There's maybe always been a lot of places more now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be there's maybe always been a lot of amazing now than I understand. I don't quite that. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are more you're not going to be Let me see if I can grab I wish I could use it. That would be nice. On my device one of the major benefits of it is versus using an emulator, it's a lot more fluid motion. Friends of mine that do use the emulators to share their screen on PC or whatever, they said that this is a much more using an emulator, user-friendly, getting around your hills and stuff like that. I like they liked that. The only thing that they were complaining about was, like I said, that they couldn't expand it to be full screen. So share their
Yeah,
screen
well, that's only
on
probably going to be
PC or
for now.
whatever.
They're going to
They
be working on
said
that
this is a
version
much
and
more
eventually make it full screen.
user
But
friendly.
unfortunately for me, they're probably going to do
Getting
that
around
before they
hills,
release it
so
for iOS
I like
users.
yeah, you never know. The only thing that they were complaining about
Yeah,
was, like
we'll
I said,
see,
that they couldn't
man.
expand it to be full screen.
That's very
If
unfortunate.
you have not gone,
Yeah, well, that's only probably going to be for now.
you've not
They're
gone
going to be
yet,
working on that version and eventually make it full screen.
posted your live ID.
But unfortunately for me, they're probably going to
Make
do that
sure
before they release
I'm going to
it for
post that
iOS
link as well.
users.
Yeah, you never post your live ID there so we can post Jerry sent you a little gift for joining us here on stage.
That's very unfortunate.
If you do have any
Well, that's only
questions and
probably going to
want
be
to
a
come
while.
up on
You've
stage,
not
feel
gone
free to
yet.
raise the hand icon. We'll bring you up here and
Posted
your live ID. Answer any
Unfortunately,
questions you may
probably
have.
do that before they
I'm
release
going to
it for
post that
iOS
link as well.
Yep. You know,
never
we're always
post your live
welcome
ID
to
there
have
so we
people
can
come up
post
on
Jerry
stage and
sent
chat
you a
with
little
us.
gift for joining
Even if
us
you
here on
disagree with
stage.
anything we say,
If you do have
go
any
ahead, come
questions,
on up. We always love a
want to
nice
come
little
up on
debate.
stage, feel free to raise
But,
the
so,
hand. We'll bring you up. Aren't you you're in an
Answer any
older
questions you
server
may
that has
have.
not been eligible for Vast Jungle yet, right?
Yep.
Circo?
We're always welcome to have people come up on stage and chat server with us. 850 right now. If you disagree with anything we say,
Okay.
we just got the come on up. We always love a nice
News
little
that
debate.
we can join Vast Jungle, which is actually very exciting for us
Aren't you
'cause
It's a lot of fighting, and our alliance we
eligible
love.
for Vast Jungle yet,
Way
right?
too
So,
much.
Circo? Are you guys
welcome
currently waiting for it to open, or is it open? Are you in the preview period?
We just got the. So what
You have to
happened?
wait
news
19
that we
days or
can
something like
join Vast
that,
Jungle, which is actually
or
very
is it
exciting
not
for us
showing up
'cause
yet on your screen?
It's a lot of fighting, and
So
our alliance we had a little thing that happened with
So,
us. Oh,
are you
auto
guys
disappeared. So we
currently
registered
waiting
for
for it to
Vast Jungle,
open,
but
or is it
we
open? Are
actually
you in
are
the preview
having.
period?
Don't know if I'm going to say this.
So
Auto
what
might
happened?
Wait
News
19
that we
days or
can
something
join
like
Vast
that,
send me
Jungle,
to
which is
R0,
or
but
is
we're
it
actually
not
going to
showing
have
up yet on
an
your screen?
alliance actually merge with us.
we
But
had a
unfortunately,
little
they are on
thing
a
that
season
happened
already
with
for,
us.
I believe it's
Are you
Bearlands.
guys
So we were in a registration period, but
open?
we actually
Are
had to cancel that to let these members finish their season and join with us.
something like that?
Send me to R0. So we were excited to
Does Vast Jungle show up on your
but
events
unfortunately, they
right
are
now?
on a season already.
Being an
for-
850?
I believe it's Bearlands. Oh yeah. So
And
we
what's
were
the
in a
countdown
registration
time
period.
wise before it starts?
Oof. Well, it actually just disappeared for us because we actually had to cancel our registration, but it was, I believe it was 9 days registration. I'm not too sure. Any Vic players who are listening in right now, if you guys know.
7 days
well,
left. Wow.
Yep, 7 days of registration only. So
Yeah, and then you'll go into the preview period and
yeah,
matchmaking
exactly.
and selection. But that's cool. On our
Yeah.
the older groups, it's still I think maybe 15 days or something like that. So it's before we can go to Vast Jungle, where it's only like 7 days or 6 days for Lost Island or Baron. It's actually kind of weird. I've never seen it like this. Like Lost Island is, I think maybe like 7 days, and then Baron's like 5 days, and then Vast Jungle's like 18 days. So it's kind of cool that now that they opened it up for you guys are going to have it a little bit sooner. Maybe that's one of the ways that they're going to kind of keep the matchmaking to be within the groups a little bit more.
Yeah, compared to me being in group 6, facing people in like group 3 or 4, it's like, holy, get my little late spending butt over here whooped.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's not that bad. Didn't you guys? I think you guys just had a AE that you played someone 500 500 servers younger than you, and
that's
and
right.
won.
Yeah, we were on 850, and we were paired up against 350. And the cool thing is we've done this twice now where we've jumped servers. We're like nomads. We like to roam around. But we moved from 753 to 850, and we took over a level 10 shell, and it was one. One win, 6 losses, and we had about 50 people show up on our side, and they had a base of 8 because I guess they thought it was going to be easy, right? so,
They
so
were wrong.
they were wrong. It's happened twice to us actually that this has happened. So, the first time we actually confirmed, we're like, "Why didn't anyone show up?" We're like, "Well, we've seen your shell win loss record. We thought it was going to be, maybe 2 or 3 people showing up." And it turned out you guys came in like 50 players, and we're like, yeah, that's we took the shell over last week, so
Yeah, because I think it was like for the first 30 minutes, they only had 3 players online.
yeah.
One was gathering, 2 were, fighting, but it's like I think we had like 47 players at that time. And it's like, yeah, we're winning this for sure.
I'm going to address a question that was posted in live questions. Okay. It's one that's kind of interested me quite a bit. And
Mhm.
I'm going to post it here also in the chat. And I don't have the exact answer, so I'm sorry, Tonic. I can't answer it 100%, but it's very interesting how it reads. So if you take a look at Bicolor's 5th skill, okay, it mentions in there that normal attack target is random. It's a confuse option, okay? So the question that Conic posted is one that is very interesting because does that feature mean that if that particular skill proc, will the line actually attack its own player? So will your enemy that you're fighting with Bicolor, if that particular skill proc, will your opponent attack its own line? I can tell you that we have not gotten a straight answer on that. We've asked quite a few people on that. I did send a message to the fairies looking to get some info on that. I can tell you this, okay? We did study battle reports pretty intently with this. One of the things that we can confirm is that if it is happening, it is happening in a way that the skill is being counted towards your own ants. It's not like there's a difference in it's not like there's a difference in kills versus deaths on the opponent one, because we thought that like maybe one way we would be able to read that is by looking to see if you had more kills than deaths that were created by you. And that's not the case. So we can tell you that. Hanek, were you able to find out anything more?
Hold on, just so I can understand in a layman's terms, because
Okay.
I think scratching the surface of what you just said, you think that procs is targeting not only the enemy lines but possibly your lines in the randomness.
No,
Is
what we think has happened, what we think is possible that this particular skill does is, okay, it's saying that it has a 52% chance to deal 387% damage to one random enemy squad and confuse it, okay, for one round. So
Right.
what does confuse it mean? Okay. Does it
Well-
mean that it's simply not attacking, or does it mean that it is attacking and it's possible that it could be attacking itself?
Right. Or
Well,
if it's within range of its own lines, like it could attack it could attack yourself, your own troop.
Or does it mean it is not attacking anything? Like if its skill procs on a random line or whatever, that's the question. So
Interesting.
Oh, in most games where you have a lineup, I'm not going to mention the game, of course, but when that creature uses confusion on the enemy, they always hit themselves when it's actually confused. So kind of hoping this is the same case where your ant's going to confuse the enemy's squad and then it's going to hit itself, causing damage to itself. That's something I'll like to actually see happen. You know, confusing a wise berserker over there, making it hit itself. But same time, it's ants. You know, they always throw curveballs. So that's something that's actually very interesting. That I'll actually like to get clarification on that too. But at the same
Uh,
time, I'm probably not going to hatch that in for a while.
For any of the devs listening to this, if there is any, I would gladly accept a wise berserker that continuously punches itself in the face. I will take the mildly defective ant. Just an FYI.
Or even a silver ant. You get a silver ant, makes it hit itself.
Yeah. But that's a good
Huh.
question. That's a good question, Conic. I think it's open for interpretation. I think maybe the translation team has a little bit more work to do to explain that. I think explanations and translations are very, very vague in this game. I was actually listening to one of the translations teams talk about some of the awakenings the other day, and it was interesting to hear what some of the other languages translate the awakenings into, which make absolutely no sense. So there's probably some interpretation. I'd be interested to see what the original Chinese text said to see if it was a mistranslation. Oh,
Mm.
thanks, Lag. I really appreciate you offering me your defective ant.
Oh,
That's
and
so
two ants.
so nice of you.
It's so nice. You know, Leg's always so nice to us. Just to answer Wolfie, if there's any info for the stage 2 for daily activity points. I haven't heard anything personally, and honestly, I gotta say I've missed actually a few dailies, and I'm not even at the max points, so I'm a little bit behind here. But have you guys heard anything for the new stage 2 daily activity points? How about you, Otto?
Nope.
No,
Nothing.
the only thing that they have mentioned is that you do not gain additional material until stage 2 opens again. So, unfortunately, if you've already maxed it out, which most people that hit that daily task, hit all the daily tasks, have already reached stage 1 and have been able to claim their reward. It's stage 2 is it's saying like stage 2 is coming soon. And until that stage 2 comes, you will not be earning the material. Like you can't bank it, unfortunately.
Yeah, or even have it transferred into like some kind of resource. It just sits there, just like VIP points. Once you hit VIP 15, those points don't really matter at all, unfortunately. But I'm actually wondering what kind of rewards are going to be offered in the stage 2. Like stage 1, you get pay to win insect out of those 4, or you can get 10 exotics. Like now I'm wondering, are they going to continue the path of insects? Or are they going to change it up? You know, add a couple of bios in there for the final reward. Like, hey, you reach 1,500 points or however much it is, and here's 5 bios. Or you have a choice from 5 bios to, you know, exotics again. I'm actually kind of curious to see what they might add for the stage 2. Like, anyone in the audience have any preferred rewards they'll like to see? Like, what do you guys think?
I'm
How about
hoping
you?
for
Mhm.
more exotic. That's for sure.
There's never too much exotics. I've never heard anyone say I have too much exotics.
Or even, honestly, I would like it to maybe expand. Like, I wouldn't mind maybe the next generation of insect, right, to be offered in there on
Oh,
stage 2. That would be cool. You know, I would like to see that happen, so
yeah.
players can grab maybe the like what is in there currently, devil flower, like
hmm
first gen insects. Maybe if the second generation insects come out as
Yeah,
available
and
there.
I
I'm
don't
a
think
little
we're
bit.
gonna see that. I don't think we're gonna see that anytime soon. I think we're a few months away from that. I don't think it's going to update that quickly. And to circle back to Conic, the toxic glitch. It's I quite like the actual literal Chinese translation, not the English translation. It says entered into a chaotic state, randomly target during normal attack, lasts for 1 round. Randomly target during normal attack. Random target.
Yeah, but
So
the question is, does it target itself? Could it target itself? That's
does
the question.
is there any other skill or ant that does target itself?
No, there's
No.
not. I've never seen a skill like.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
nothing at all.
that's the big question.
So here's the question then.
There's
Can you
there's splash effect, right? There's all these other different effects that are pretty explanatory, but this is the first that we're seeing like a confused, which could read that, like, theoretically speaking, it could attack one of its own line,
so
like it
could you
could attack
test
itself.
Could we test that by running like a camp fight between players and only having these two ants in the line in their march and see if it kills more than it actually has in the lineup? Because that would, if it
No,
has
so we
more,
tested that.
okay,
That's
Oh.
one thing we did test, was that, like, okay, you know how it shows how many are slightly injured, how many are injured compared to the opponent, how many are
Mhm.
yeah,
okay. So the numbers all add up. There's no change in the numbers that way. So it's not like, if the only thing we could think is that if that is occurring, it's counting as a skill kill for bicolor. That's the general assumption right now. I mean, we all know how confusing it is to, like, find out exactly what skill is doing what kill on the battle reports when we're looking at them. So it's very hard to determine this. But based on how it reads, it does look like this is definitely a possibility on this particular ant. So um, I think I'm gonna continue to push to see if we can get more clarification, and hopefully I can give you a more solid answer, Connor. But it's a great
Yeah.
question. It really is.
Yeah, well, with the range for Vast Jungle opening and players actually able to get these ants, that means there's going to be a lot more testing, a lot more people working on this ant, figuring out what it exactly does. So hopefully, the next couple of weeks, we may actually get an answer to all this,
I mean, at the
right?
end of the day, for me anyway, that's one of the things that I really enjoy about this game, is trying to break down how these skills work and some of the you know ways to form these ants. And I think that's the case for many of the players out here. Like, who can, which ants work better with what other ants, which insects, what type of march are you going to do to counter an opponent's march. So thank you, Connor, because those are the questions I like to answer here.
hmm Oh, yeah, and just to circle back to the daily activity points, I gotta say, Wolfie's been spitting out some nice examples. Like maybe stage 2 would be nice to see if they add awakenings to the end, or even ants that you need for the meteorite lineup. I know a couple of players still are missing one ant or a couple of ants to get that meteorite activated.
Oh,
So
I have a friend of mine that's crying daily for, I think it's Banshee Velvet. right? Is that an ant that is required for it? He
Yep.
cannot get it, man. I feel so bad for him. He, he's been sending me messages. Still don't have it. Still don't have it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that
think it is. Banshee. Yep. For
Yeah.
I have Laffy and also I actually have Banshee, but yeah, Banshee Velvet is one of them that you need for the Explorer. Oh, I feel so bad for your friend. That must be because you can't activate the Explorer meteorite until you have all 6 ants, right?
correct.
Yeah, because I remember I accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally killed my JJ to get its spores and shells, and just realizing, oh wait, I need the sand for my meteorite, and it took away my meteorite. Evo.
You know, I mean, here's the thing that's kind of weird. Okay, so listen, I am very convinced, very convinced, on the first generation of ants that are in that meteorite building. It's almost a requirement those ants wind up on an account. Okay, like when you open a new account
Mhm.
and you're in a new server and you start hatching orange ants, those ants that are in there seem to be the first ants that everybody hatches, right? You know,
Mhm.
golden armor and giant tooth. It's like if your account doesn't have those ants on it, you're gonna get that ant. I've even shredded golden armor, and like it's the very next ant I hatch. Okay, so I mean, like it's almost as if like there's code that says you have to have these orange ants on your account at some point, right? But that is
Yep.
not the case with some of these other ants. I mean, it is like, I mean, I wish there was a way. The way to solve that, in my opinion, is offer fragments somehow, right? Like that you can earn
Mhm.
fragments on any ant that is going to go into that meteorite building, so it's not frustrating that players can't get the necessary ant to continue and push. Because we do have 2 more coming, right? Like there's 2 more
Mhm.
sets of 6 ants that are coming at some point in the future, just based off of the picture that Shadow Arrow Arlene put in the chat, right? You can see the 2 more hills, so we're going to have at least 12 more ants that are going to be included in that thing.
Okay,
So,
It's actually 18 because you can cycle out
oh,
the right side,
Mm.
right?
yeah,
Yep.
but I mean, those are going to be paid
Hey,
ants typically,
yeah.
you know. So it wouldn't, if you have them, you have those. But I'm saying like for the players that are stuck because they don't have one particular ant, you know, there definitely needs to be a solution for that. That is, you know,
Yeah. Honestly, I gotta say, I can see one of those ants being spiny. 100%. I hatch those every single hatch day. Even the last hatch day, I think I hatched 2 back to back. Literally back to back. I hatched one, hit the next hatch, saw orange, got excited, saying, "Oh, why is Berserker? Why is Berserker? Why is Berserker?" And it's another spiny. So I can see that ant for sure being in one of the next meteorite evos. You know, instead of me killing off every single one I get, hopefully I can actually say, "Hey, you know what? You're actually being useful. Here, be popped into this evo." But oh, Shadow Hunt.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
A couple of ants there.
shred any orange ants. So I'm terrible. I don't shred any of them. I like collecting shells.
See,
Oh,
before,
dude, I'll shred them.
yep, I was about to say before
Like
meteorite. Oh yeah.
especially any that go above the, like if I'm sorry, I don't shred the ant. I shred the shells, like to gain.
Yeah.
You don't do that, you're saying?
No,
Oh boy,
I make
that's
enough.
600 spores, baby.
Yeah, but I make enough spore shredding on a daily and with everything else that I really haven't had the need to to grab the spores. I mean, I could spend a little bit more time. I was about to say I could spend a little bit more time on my special ants, my mutations, but
Okay. All right.
you know, I have qualified the fact that I have not put investments into it. Like all my stuff is like level 10 and 15. I haven't really gone any higher because it
Yeah,
costs.
I mean that's fine and dandy, but like at some point, and I mean you saving them now or spending them now doesn't really make a difference. Although it will, like if you're running short on a SVS day, like I only burn my orange one on strength and special and day to get me further into the day, so I don't have to hatch any orange eggs or you know maybe just to make sure I hit 9 shells without. That's when I'll shred them. I mean, here's the thing. Do you have any ants that have more than 5 copies?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So what's
Oh,
the
yeah.
point? 5 copies is the absolute most you would need of any ant. So
You want
shredding
me
those.
you want me to go
shredding-
through the shells I have more than 5 of?
No,
Oh God.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, like, there's no need to hold anything above 5 ants because that's the most you could ever use.
Yeah, exactly. I do the same because for me, I'm always adding stars. I'm always getting shells. I'm like, okay, you know what? I gotta use this for my Pro, my March 1, even my March 2. And I get a lot of Shield Wardens. Otto can definitely agree with me there. Like Shield Warden, I don't know why this game thinks that I love Shield Warden because I really don't. Like of all the shells I had for that thing, I can 8-star it, and if they even released a 9-star for that ant, for any ants, I could definitely 9-star that thing easily. But every time I get a Shield Warren dupe, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to be throwing this into the grinder easily.
I have
Even
7 Mimicries.
ooh, I was just about to say the other 2 ants that I get a lot of shells is Mimicry Master and people are probably going to hate me for this, Sheik Master. I think I've killed more of those ants than any other shell I've ever received. Even Spinies. For some reason, I get more Shield Wardens and Shikri Masters than I do Spinies, which is a weird thing to say.
Shooter main.
Even though I only have my Laffy that I can really say, oh, wait, no, actually, I got my Dolly. I got a dupe for my Dolly a couple weeks ago, make it a nice red star, but
Ooh.
yeah, I'd rather have a Weaver.
Woo.
Ooh.
What's I have a 5-star Weaver, 5-star Dolly, and yeah. I can put it with the Lathy. I was thinking about putting it with the Lathy, but I just spent so
Yeah.
much on the Gold Awakenings for all 3 of my ants that I have Gold Awakening and I don't want to swap out for lower start, even though they might perform better. It's kind of like it's like a badge of honor for me going into battle with them. Even though
Yeah,
they
and
may suck.
that's the thing, because I'm actually going to get T10s hopefully in the next couple of months. I'm only at 81% for my shooter T10s. But once I get my T10s, I'm not going to be running Guardian Shooter. So I'm going to be putting my Dolly up front, and unfortunately, I don't have a Weaver, so I want to test out Dolly, Nimble Tree Ant, and my Laffy. Wondering how that's going to be.
I ran that for a little bit. It was good. But
Oh. Is it better than PA, GT, and Laffy? He's quiet.
Better. I don't know about better, but like my favorite running lately was at a FC lately because all 3 have awakening skills, you know. But I'm sure there's a ton of counters out there to that.
That's
lineup.
like, but that's like the bading.
Yeah, exactly.
What's money
Yeah.
you got to spend on that?
So
Because
So,
doesn't
I mean-
Ada? Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say, doesn't Ada? Because unfortunately, I don't have one. Wanted to have it, but decided to spend my money on exotics. But doesn't it have a skill that actually boosts shooter ants.
does.
Ooh. Okay, maybe that's my next AN I don't want to take.
Are you running GSS?
I always run GSS. Unfortunately, I love my guard shooters, but unlocking T10 shooters soon. I'd rather not be running a T9 guard with T10s behind it. But same time, I might test that out. Actually, see how I perform.
Maybe you do.
Oh,
maybe-
maybe I do.
Maybe you do.
Ooh.
You got
If
that.
anyone,
You got that Mantis.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got the little flaming hot supervillain Cheeto over here. That
Flaming
would
hot
definitely help.
super Cheeto villain. That was a bunch of needless words.
Hey, he's over here taking over the world. Gonna be offering up free hot Cheetos to everyone it dominates.
I think he's the coolest looking insect in the game. I personally think he's the coolest.
Well,
Besides
compared to
Godzilla. It goes Godzilla number one, but
Mhm.
not everyone can have Godzilla. And then the
Mhm.
Gladiator Mantis.
and of
I'm
course
just
it's all shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's way better than that blood-sucking tick that they released for the Universal Synergy carriers. Sorry to anyone who has it, but I gotta say, like, you got the Rainbow Scorpion. Sorry, not Rainbow Scorpion, Rainbow Scarab, which I love looking at that thing. All the nice little flashy colors. And then you got the Flaming Hot Cheeto over here, and then you get the blood-sucking tick. Like, I'm pretty sure they could have easily have done something way better. But saying that, looking at the time, it's actually a little bit past the time. So I just want to thank everyone who has joined stage. You guys are awesome. And if you haven't already, if you can post your in-game IDs and the live IDs, you receive a nice little gift. And if you guys have any ideas for any stage topics you guys would like us to talk about, if you haven't heard it being talked about today, or if you guys want us to even talk some more about any topics we've discussed on today's show, head over
Don't
to
forget to
Stage-
thank Conic, because him coming up on stage got us started today.
Yes,
you,
exactly.
Conic.
Thank you so much. Oh, what would we do without Conic over here?
Does he have like the screwdriver roll or something? Does he have like
I think it's the hammer, the bang the
Oh,
hammer up against the engine, right? And all of a sudden it starts right up.
Reminds me of those old TVs. You just slap a little bit and you get the screen to actually work again.
sends us a bill for $10,000.
or hold on. Blowing into the Nintendo cartridge, right?
When it literally said the first thing is do not blow into cartridge on the back. Like,
But it works every time. Always does.
But thank you guys for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you can join us. Again, if you don't, go ahead and post your question in the Stage Topics channel. We will make sure to answer them on the next stage if you don't have time to hop in. The plan going forward is going to be for us to have these available for players to listen to. So if you hear something here on stage that you want to share with your friends and Alliance members, hopefully we will have these up and running on live stage for you guys to come back and listen to at your discretion. But I do want to thank everyone for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, take care, everyone. Better see you all
All right.
tomorrow.